All right, so check this out. This is a dulcimer that I found in a music store about 2 years ago. I bought it because the neck looks exactly like a cigar box guitar neck, right? This is like a dulcimer, fretted. This is the scale. The high string is double, and the low string is wound. So it goes single, single, then a double. This thing here is non-floating. This thing is like attached, right? So I can't adjust this thing. And here's the octave harmonic, but when I play it, it's out of tune, which means I should adjust this, but this thing, I can't move it. So I think I'm going to reconfigure this thing and get it so I can adjust this action, or this intonation, and get the harmonic to exist right over the fret. Once I do that, this is going to be an awesome instrument. But in the meantime, I wanted to measure how thick apart these two strings were. And so I got my ruler out, and it looks to me like they're exactly 1/8 of an inch apart. And I say that because I'm going to be building a 6-string guitar, and I need those measurements. All right, a disclaimer, this might not be the best way to do this, and this might be confusing. So bear with me here. I'm going to do my best to explain it the way I kind of normally do it, and then the way I'm going to do it this time. So typically, I like to go with 1/2 of an inch in between each string. So each string is separated by 1/2 inch. So what I'm doing now, right, is I've measured out where each string would be normally if this was a 3-string. And I just marked it out on the 1/2 inch mark, right? I just put a dot with my Sharpie. And then what I do is I realize, okay, so each one of these pairs of strings is going to be 1/8 of an inch apart, right? So then I'm going to go 1/16 of an inch on either side of this mark here on all these spots right here, right? So that should give me the exact 1/8 of an inch separation between these strings, and the center of each of these two strings is going to be 1/2 inch apart. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so I got the file. I found the center, and then I went up 1/2 inch and down 1/2 inch, put a dot, and then on each one of these I measured and cut with the file a 1/16 above and a 1/16 below. That gave me an 1/8 of an inch gap. And I went to here, a 1/16 above and a 1/16 below, so that gives me an 1/8 of an inch gap. And the same thing here, 1/16 above and a 1/16 below, which gives me an 1/8 of an inch gap between the center of those strings. All right, now that I scored them, I just want to make sure that they're deep enough. All right, so file them deep enough so that they're nice and smooth. All right, I'm done. The center of each string pair is 1/2 inch apart, and each of these individual string pairs is 1/8 of an inch apart. All right, guys, this is my very first 6-string cigar box guitar. So each string has a pair, okay? I'm tuned E, B, E. And each one of these is an octave. So on these low strings, the low string here, I have the 0.044 and then the 0.024. The middle strings, I have the 0.034 and then the 0.016. Then the high string, I have the 0.026 and then the 0.012. So I have wound, plain steel, wound, plain steel, wound, plain steel. So all the wounds go in this guy here, and all the plain steels go in there. The headstock was a bit of a challenge, but it worked. And the neck is a one-piece, solid piece of oak, which is really straight. So good thing, right? Because I have all of this tension on the neck with no truss rod. very interesting sound. So the thing intonates perfectly, which is, I guess I shouldn't be amazed, because each one of these is a balanced set. So I have the balanced set on the low set and then the balanced set on the high set, and so they all balance out. Amazing! All right, I'm gonna plug it in. All right. I do have a 4-band graphic equalizer here. I kind of cut back the treble, kind of goose the bass. This is the volume control here. Here's the battery. The 9-volt goes in here. Let me get a nice clean sound here. I always said 6 strings or 3 strings too many. He might have to eat my words. All right, one final thing to point out here. There's a theme going on here. I have big string, little string, big string, little string, big string, little string, big hole, little hole, big hole, little hole. So all the big sounds come out the big hole, and all the little sounds come out the little hole.